Welcome, Kletus Roadside Service. We're in the truck. This is the first time all week. Is it? Yeah, all week that I've drove fucking truck, other than the pickup truck. And doesn't look like I'll be driving tomorrow either. They got me stuck on crew work, and I don't want to be on crew work. I don't want to be local crew work. I want to get in the truck and drive around. I was so happy when I saw this today because yesterday. There was a bunch of sludge in the water tower that we brought more buckets yesterday. We were cleaning the water tower out, and there's like just some sludge and other shit that's in the water. It's easier to get it out with buckets rather than pumping it out. So I guess at least I was like, just fucking pump it out. If they got the pump plugged in up top in the water tower, and it's a submersible pump, just stick it up in the water tower, and then hang a hose over the side, and I'll fill up 50-gallon drums, 55-gallon. I'll fill up the drums down below, because gravity's pushing most of it. You really probably just need to siphon the motherfucker, but no, they wanted to haul it out bucket by bucket. So, but luckily it was only like 20 buckets, which is still a lot, but there's like 20 buckets worth of sludge out of there. Hoist it down. There's three levels. There's two platforms, so they lowered it down from the first platform, and they lowered them all down to the second platform, or the first, or what, I don't know what you want to call it, and then down to me at the bottom. And yeah, and it was an early ass day. It was like 12:30, and they were like, "Yeah, we're done." I was like, "We're done?" They're like, "Yeah, we're done." I was like, "Oh, alrighty then." But I mean, we worked until I think 3 o'clock, so it wasn't. We still got our hours in, but it wasn't like a full day's worth. I was expecting to be out there till 4. I thought we were going to clean the thing out, but turns out there was some other stuff that was overlooked by the company that we were working for, that they wanted to address some items, some valves and piping and shit before we cleaned it. I don't know. I'm a ground guy. I'm ground control. So, but I told everybody the day before, I was like, I'll buy lunch tomorrow. Meaning I'm going to bring in a loaf of bread and some meat and cheese, and you guys can eat that. So I did. I said, because I'm the only one not doing like any work. I am doing work. I'm an essential part of the puzzle. But most of my day was playing on Facebook, sitting in a truck, walking around. But I did. So the manager or the supervisor we had, I cleaned his truck out without him knowing. I cleaned the bed, got all the trash out, cleaned the inside of his truck, organized underneath the seat, like suits and gloves and all kinds of other shit that he's got in there. And then just like cleaned up the job site a little bit, just make it presentable. So whenever they came down, they were like, "Whoa!" I was like, "Yeah, I've been doing work. I've been down here, lazy and slow, but I've been doing shit for sure. I have been. Still was able to sit and play on Facebook most of the time, but I felt bad. So I was like, I'll bring lunch, but they were done by the time they came down for lunch. I was like, well, I didn't buy all this shit for you guys to not eat it, even though I would have been just as happy to not feed them and take the shit home, but they were all hungry. And so I sat there and I made them all sandwiches, put on some rubber gloves, and made them some sandwiches. They got some Black Forest ham, got some smoked turkey, got some cheddar jack pepper cheddar jack. I don't know. It's like pepper jack, but it's cheddar also, and it's fucking delicious. And I brought Famous Dave's sweet and spicy pickles. God damn, those things are so fucking good. Those can go on anything, especially a ham sandwich. You know, those are fucking delicious. And anyways, we ate basically a whole loaf of bread. Everybody ate a couple of sandwiches. I even brought some cake from my daughter's birthday. It's a whole cake. We're not going to eat it all at home. And I don't want everybody in my house to eat a whole fucking cake. You know, it's going to go bad before we eat it all. So I was like, I'm gonna take a bunch of these to the guys at work. And yeah, everybody was really happy with me. I was like, finally, I feel like a part of the fucking crew over here. I know you guys have to have a guy down here, and if anybody else was down here, that truck wouldn't have been cleaned out. The buckets wouldn't have been put in the back bed of the truck. The barrels wouldn't have been ready to fucking do it. You wouldn't have got lunch. You know, hey, listen, I'm doing more. I'm overachieving here, okay? So shut the fuck up about me not doing work. You guys can make fun all you want, but I need you to know for real, I'm doing what I need to be doing. You have to have a guy on the ground, and who better than me? I'll bring lunch. So I don't know. Yeah, a couple 2 packs of meat and a loaf of bread and a thing of cheese and mayo and hey, it went a long way. Okay, I mean everybody was satisfied at the end of the day with everybody. Everything was good, and that's why I even though it might not, I probably could have just sat in the truck and just played on my phone all day, and they might have felt even the same way. But I don't know. I felt like a piece of shit sitting down there, hearing them scraping and shoveling and buckets and climbing and ratchets and fucking their harness with their clamps on each stair step. I was like, I feel like a piece of shit down here, not doing a fucking thing. So, anyways, I'm happy with myself. I think they're happy with me also. So that was good. Anyways, the crew or the people we were working for, they had some other pipes and stuff they wanted to get fixed. They should have. I don't know. These fucking people, they look like and they sound like they know what they're doing. I don't know if they know anything, because they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna have to replace these valves and this pipe and this and all this stuff. Yeah, you guys, we don't need you to come out tomorrow. I'm like, what the fuck are we out here for then? The fuck? Like, we just did all that work. All right, we'll come back later, I guess. So, we left. And then I was showing up today, even though my schedule still had that job on it. I knew I wasn't coming there. But luckily, it's like I had a guardian angel that was in my boss's ear that said, hey, send him out on the road. Because he called me on my way in. He said, hey, I need you to take a truck down to Camdenton, which is over kind of near the Ozarks. It is the Ozarks-ish area. I need you to take a roll-off truck with a roll-off down there. But he told me to take a roll-off truck that I had not driven before. It's some other branch bought this truck. And this is the reason we have a fleet manager now. We need somebody in charge of buying all the trucks, because all the other branches were just buying the cheapest piece of shit vehicles that you could fucking buy. So I'm in a truck that's named 130, and I think we're close to being in the 400s now. We still run a truck that's labeled 52. And I think that's the oldest truck we have, and it's a guzzler, and it still works wonderfully. But all the branches were just buying whatever trucks they could find. And so I'm in 130, which is a 2018 Kenworth T880 roll-off truck. And this is a good truck. 131, the truck they bought directly after this, or maybe even bought, with this, I don't know, is a hunk of shit. It's got the DEF system on it, so it's like the first generation DEF truck, which I think is 2012 maybe or something. I don't know, but it's got 500,000 miles on it. This one has 234, so that one's, you know, good. According to mileage, it's twice as old as this one, and it is rickety as fuck, guys. That thing is falling apart. I couldn't charge my phone because the little cigarette lighter thing on the inside didn't work. It had a hub seal leaking. The power steering, somebody put the wrong lid on the power steering reservoir, and I was like, you're going to have to break this motherfucker to get off. And it was low. It was low on fluid. But my boss was like, you'll be fine. Just take it. I'm like, all right. So I took it, and I picked up the dumpster. And on my way back, he was like, hey, stop by the shop. We got another truck you can take, because I know it's a long drive and you don't want to drive that truck. I was like, thank the Lord, I do not want to drive this truck down to Camdenton. Just driving to go get the dumpster, I don't know. If you could lose weight by shaking, I would drive that truck. But you usually just get fucking bubble guts. Or fucking some sort of amnesia. I don't know. You start hallucinating, getting shaken like that. I had shaken baby syndrome driving that fucking truck just to go get the dumpster and back. I don't know. Something's wrong with the tires or suspension or something. It was fucking horrible. It was a really rough riding truck. So I'm glad I got back to the shop, dropped the dumpster, grabbed the better truck, and headed down here, and everything went well. Got down there, and it's a remediation site where we have our drill crew there, and they're core drilling inside of a building, taking samples and testing the soil underneath this building. And I don't know, they got a bunch of dumpsters. They got 7 dumpsters down there that they're just filling up with drill material, or drill dirt. That all has to be taken to a special site. It's not none of it's hazardous. It's just gravel, basically, dirt and gravel. But they want to take it down to Tulsa to get rid of it, that's fine. We can take it down to Tulsa. A couple of people at a road closed. There we go. Saw earlier I passed a truck. U.S. Express tried to do a U-turn in the middle of the highway, and they got stuck. What a shocker. I saw the guy out there. He was in flip-flops, so I don't know if there's a correlation between flip-flops and not good driving, but it seems like a lot of people that have issues out there on the road, just doing stupid shit like that, trying to take your corner too short and fucking get stuck in the median. You might be wearing flip-flops. That's just the way it is, I guess. I don't know. Guess let's go to yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I got off at 3 o'clock, meaning I was going to be home in time to take my daughter to tumbling, which was awkward. Tell you what, man, I talked about it last time, and I'm going to talk about it again. Dance moms or tumbling, people that take their daughters to these fucking classes, not me, but these other fucking people, they don't know how to park a fucking car. They don't know how to do shit. I pull in the parking lot, all the parking spots are taken up, but there's this other little strip of asphalt that looks perfect for parking. And I park there. There's nobody else around. I'm like, all right. Let's see if this trend catches on. No, it did not catch on. They still just parked next to each other, blocking the entire alleyway, blocking me in. And we had other dumb moms that came over and parked behind me. I was completely blocked in. So I was only there for half an hour, and I got completely blocked in. I'm like, you fucking idiot dance moms. Well, they might have looked and seen and been like, oh, this is an abandoned truck. Like somebody just left this thing here. Because, I guess some people do look at it and think it's a piece of junk because it's a couple different colors and a little bit rusty and old. But hey, it's a 92 Silverado. That's a good truck. If they knew that that was a factory 4-speed crew or extended cab, 4-wheel drive, maybe they'd think differently about it. Probably not. I know I do. I think that truck is a fucking rare gem. But they just don't know. I'm like, you wouldn't even know what to do with this truck. This is a good truck right here. It's a little rusty. Oh, and, something weird happened. Super weird. So my fender and my door, they've been closed. And my door, it's not a great door. But it's rust-free. But it's not great. It's got dents and shit wrong with it. But anyways, my door would just barely rub the fender. And it was just, sometimes it would rub it, sometimes it wouldn't. And it was just, that's the way it was. Not a big problem for me. I greased the joints down and that, now it doesn't squeal and fucking sound like a car crash every time you open the door. But every now and again, my door would hit the fender when you open it. Yesterday when I got to work and I was leaving, I don't know if it just got extra warm out and the metal expanded at just the right amount. I don't know. I had not been in an accident. I didn't jump the railroad tracks. I drive the thing like a grandpa most of the time. But the door and the fender were way too close all of a sudden. And I opened my door and it caught the fender like really good. And I was like, oh no. But I couldn't even get into the truck. And then, I thought about going to the shop because I'm at work. I have a whole shop full of tools right there. Thought about going in there and grabbing like a flathead screwdriver or something just to kind of wedge it open a little bit better so I can get into my truck because I can open the door like a quarter of the way and it's like catching. Instead of doing it the right way, I just opened the door all the way and it fucking bent the shit out of my fender. Now the fender is not in good shape. When I bought the truck, it had a big scratch dent from the front bumper all the way to the rear bumper, and that's where the issue was on this fender. Is right there. It's bad. It's not good at all. Sorry, I'm coughing. I'm trying to cough into my hand a little bit, but I don't know if it's coming across on there or not. So my fender got bent all out of shape, but I was able to at least open the door and close the door, but it was still touching quite a bit, and I was like, fuck it, I'll take care of it home. Got home, immediately opened up the garage door, went in, and grabbed me a medium-sized pry bar screwdriver, and used that to kind of open up the gap a little bit more. I don't give a shit. Do you think I give a shit about dents? This is why I have an old truck, okay? This is why I like these old trucks. Because if this thing was in perfect condition and I had that issue and I dented the fender and scratched the door, I'd be like, oh, fuck. No, this truck looks like a piece of shit, so I can do things like shove a screwdriver in there and just pry and put a little bit more of a dent there and, scratch the paint a little bit. And look, you don't even notice because the truck already looked like that, So, but now my door doesn't touch the fender at all. And do I plan on replacing the fender? No, not at all. I plan on painting the door. That's about it. Well, I'm going to sand the door down and rattle can the motherfucker black. And then also the cab corner on both sides. And just get that motherfucker to look kind of decent. And I think I can do it. I think I can do it really easily. And I will. But in the meantime, it looks the same. So anyways, I did that. While I'm doing that, when my wife comes out, she's like, "Hey, baby." And I'm like, "Hey, what you doing?" She's like, "I don't feel good. Will you take my daughter or take your daughter to the dance class?" I said, no. But then we talked about it, and I decided to do it. There's a little bit of a little banter back and forth, but we got it. I took her to dance class. It was so awkward. I was like, I ain't doing that again. Okay, I ain't doing that again. How how do you not look creepy when you show up in work boots and well, I don't know if it looks creepy at all, but I showed up dirty in work boots in an old rusty truck with my daughter wearing like a tiara thing, and I get her into the dance class and I grab the shoes and I look, and this dance class, like when we first went there, I went there for the very first one, and I was, we were meeting the teachers and everything, and I was like, dang, you're about time to move to a new dance studio, maybe a little bigger one. She's like, this is the bigger one. She's like, we just moved from a tiny one. And so I think I insulted her by saying, you have a tiny ass building, you need a bigger one. But they only have probably 10 chairs for parents to sit, and there's 30 little girls in there. And every parent apparently has more kids than one. So, and they bring them. So you go in there, and it's just like a hot mess of fucking estrogen. And I'm just like, I can't do this. So the first time we went, it was me, my son, my wife, and my daughter. My wife, my daughter went in. Me and my son went out to the truck. And I was trying to talk him into going over to the gun store, but he didn't. I don't know why. He wanted to play my phone. That's fine. I'd like to go to the gun store though. Something we can both do. But whatever. So this time it was just me and my daughter. I took her in my truck. Since my truck doesn't have airbags, she can ride in the front seat. Doesn't sound super safe, does it? Probably not. But it's in town. I barely even hit 35 miles an hour. I figured it'd be all right. And it was all right. And I was perfectly within the law. I was going to take her in a booster seat. My wife shot that down. She said, you take her in a car seat, not a booster seat. I'm like, she's 4 years old. She can ride in a fucking booster seat. She's like, no. I'm like, all right, fine. So I put the car seat in there. The booster seat, I think, would have been even safer because the seatbelt would have held her better, but whatever, Anyways, took her to the dance class, walk in, again, all these mamas, some of them look okay, a lot of them do. Anyways, they all look at my dirty ass, and I get my daughter in there, I take her shoes off, and I'm like, I'm out of here. I can't be in here. So I just walked out and I stood next to a flagpole. There's no flag on the pole, but you could tell it was a flagpole because of the way it was. And just stood out there for 25 minutes waiting on her to get done. She got done. She came running to the door and brought her back outside. I was like, I ain't going back in there. There's too many dirty looks at me. I don't want to be dirty looked at, Going to a place like this is like, I got to brush my teeth after getting off work to go into a place like this. This is, I'm like, where am I going to spit if I go in there? I smell like fucking like diesel and bleach and fucking scum from a water tower, which you would think is pretty clean. Not particular. Water towers can get dirty, okay? They can. Your shower. Think of your shower, like the water that comes out of your shower. You get all that soap scum all over. That's not just from soap. That's just from your water, okay? Tap water. is deemed safe to drink. I drink it, but if you want the best water, you got to get it out of a bottle or something. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I did not want to be in there. Did not want to be in there. Smelled like fruity middle-aged women. I don't know. I don't know what that means, but it smelled good. A lot of the moms looked pretty good. I was like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be in here. I'm a married man, okay? I don't, and part of my brain was like, all these moms are looking at you like, whoa, look at this daddy bringing his daughter in here. What a gentleman, because all them mamas are probably like, my husband would never take her here. I don't know. I'm just made up that whole story in my own head. But anyways, yeah, we did that, and then we went home. It was a good time. That's the first time she's ever rode in the front seat of my truck. She's ridden in the back before, whenever I had to haul both kids around, and I ended up driving the truck when I owned it before I sold it and bought it back. But it's her first time in the front seat, just me and her. It was a good time. And I took my son to karate the day before that. I'm like, I better be earning some goddamn points around here, woman. To my wife. I'm like, I built a bed, a jungle gym. I took my son to karate. I took her to dance class, and I've been working late every night. And the one day I get home early, it was early enough to continue to do stuff. I was like, I liked hanging out with my daughter. It's always a good time. But I was like, man, I got home early. I was like, oh, this is a great time to install the starter. I was going to put the starter on my truck, on the 79. I got a new starter for it. I was like, oh, I'm back early. It's a nice day. I'm going to lay down and if I can get the starter put on. No, you're not doing that. And then I got home, and my son was like, I want to hang out with you too. Will you take us outside? So I took him outside, and we played on the jungle gym till it got dark. I don't want to say I wasted a day, because I didn't. I spent it with my kids. It was awesome. I love hanging out with them. But I was just like, man, it would have been nice to be able to get a little bit of something done around here. Things that I've been trying to get done for months. But it'll be all right. Maybe today. You never know. Maybe today I'll do that. Because I'm going to get back around 4 o'clock. Or 4:30 probably I'll get home. And I don't know. I'll have plenty of time to do whatever I need to do. So I'll do that. Unless I might be able to make it to the DMV. I got to make it to the DMV. The car sale fell through with my stepdad. So now I got to go to the DMV. Well, I always needed to. But I need to go get up to the DMV, get this paperwork submitted so I can get the fucking title from the lien company. We got that motherfucker paid off. I need the goddamn title so I can sell the motherfucker. Just got it paid off. Got to sell it now. Get that motherfucker sold. Because I think I'm still going to wait until the car is officially sold before I end up getting the bike. I'd really like to get it sooner than that, but we just went through my daughter's birthday. We did reasonable. I don't know how much exactly we spent, but we did reasonable. Now my son's birthday's next. And then 2 days after that is my wife's birthday. And I'm just like, this is a lot. We're still recovering from Christmas. Okay. But my son, I think we were going to get him the Oculus deal. I found a guy at work that had one that was willing to sell it for a really good price. But I don't want my son stuck in a virtual world all day. He's too young for that. His Nintendo Switch is enough. But his Nintendo Switch is a piece of shit. It's my wife's old Switch Lite. So It's not the greatest. And the I tried playing it the other day, and the character spins in circles on his own. Okay, the damn joysticks are all fucked up. I don't know how he does what he does on that game, but I can tell you he can only get better if he gets a better Switch. So I think that's what we're gonna do. But man, a new Nintendo Switch is still like $240. Like, I don't know if we can do it. Should we do it though? I'm like, we could just leave him alone. He can still play on the one he's got, but getting him an actual Nintendo Switch, one that's not a light version, that's got the remotes to come off. I'm like, well, first, a lot of things are pointing at that's not a good idea because the controllers come off. I don't know if you know, but kids lose shit all the time. Like, well, he didn't lose it forever, but like the S Pen out of my phone, like he'll play on my phone, he'll just snatch it from me, and I don't mess with. I do mess with my phone a lot, but a lot of times I just watch TV or hang out, and I don't mess with my phone at all. And by the time I figure out where my phone is, I got 18 new apps downloaded from my son, and my S Pen's gone, and there's shit smeared all over the screen. And that's what happened Monday night. And I didn't have my S Pen for like 2 days. I was like, brother, you better find my S Pen. I still have my other S Pen from my old phone because it was missing. And then we ended up, carpet cleaning or something. I found it underneath the couch. And I was like, oh, there's the S Pen. Good thing my trade-in was still valid. They didn't need the S Pen, but I got a second S Pen now. So if I do lose this one, at least I can get the little icon to go away whenever you pull out the S Pen. It's got a little icon that pops up that does not go away. But I'd rather just keep the S Pen in there. I don't use it for anything, but I'd rather just leave it in there. Anyways, this Nintendo Switch has got removable remotes, and I'm just like, I don't know if this is a good idea. But I can't find the blue one. Well, did you look in your room? Or, the controller, I don't know. You can lose them, you can break them, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a good idea, but I think that's what we're going to do. I think it'll be all right, actually. It'll be okay. I'm thinking about trying to get like a hard case for the Nintendo Switch, one that you like bolt onto it so you can never take those remotes out, and just let them know that those remotes, this one they don't come out. Or, I don't know, super glue or some shit. I don't know. I don't want to really do that, but there's no reason to take the remotes out of the fucking deal, okay? Leave them in. So, because I guess you can get a VR, and that's what I was kind of thinking was, all right, we'll get them a new Switch, and then we'll get them the VR for the Switch, because those little controllers can be used as your hands or whatever in whatever game you're playing. But I don't know. It goes deep. And then my wife, I'm like, what do you want? What do you want for your birthday, lady? And she wants a tattoo. So I'm going to try to facilitate that. So she does like Jesus and the cross and stuff like that. She has one tattooed on her arm, but it's not, she's never been happy with it. The symbol isn't the problem. It's the artist. It's like on her wrist, and it's a little bit crooked. It's just 2 lines. It's a very simple. I think she paid $10 for it. It's just 2 lines, but I don't know. Now that life has gone the way it has, I don't know. It's a little. It either needs touched up, widened, or I don't know. I think she's going to integrate it into some other tattoo. I told her to think about it. Think about what you want. If you want another tattoo, you could do something on your arm and then have that kind of in it also, or make that part of something else, or I don't know. You could do all different kinds of stuff with two lines that cross right there. Like, you could definitely turn that into a penis if you wanted to, but she doesn't really like that idea. And, that's kind of disrespectful. But, yeah, that's where we're at. My birthday is until December, so my shit, fuck, I don't know. I'll get my early birthday gift is my motorcycle. Maybe, and that's, it's not a gift. It's something I'm buying with money that I've got. Everything we have now is made from me, Uh, so yeah, don't buy me anything. I'll buy my own shit. But yeah, I'd really like to get the bike. We still got some of the cash I made from the shit I sold up on the fridge. It's like $350 just magneted to the fridge. And there's probably a better spot for that to be, with the kids and dogs and all kinds of shit running around. Probably put that somewhere safer, but I'm like, hey, leave that money alone. Don't put it in the bank. It'll be gone. And then my dream of motorcycle will never be done, Leave that fucking leave that money alone. I need to fucking take it and hold on to it. Hide it somewhere, and then I'll forget where I hid it. That wouldn't be good. But yeah, the motorcycle, even if I got it today, it's gonna take. This guy's still got his blinker on. You're gonna need to speed up if you want that lane, ho. Jesus, I can't. I could barely even see ya. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It would. There's other things that I could definitely spend that money on, but might as well get another project. That's always a good move. Don't want to have too little amount of projects. I got 2 trucks and other things I need to get done. Add in a motorcycle to that. That would be a good idea. I did bend the rim back on my car, so my car, it's like ready to be sold. If I just throw a little bit of black paint on the hubcaps, I mean, it's not going to get any better than that. It's as good as it gets. I could also paint the over where the license plate lights and trunk latch and shit are. That looks like shit. I'd like to get that painted also, or just try to figure out how to get all that paint that's on there off of it and just leave it chrome. That might be good too, but throw some paint on the hubcaps and that motherfucker's good to go. These fucking cars don't know how to. I'm gonna need this lane, bitch. Okay, you can't just hang out beside me. Jesus, I slowed down, and she just hangs out beside me. I'm like, go! So I just sped up and got in front of her. Tough shit, lady. I don't know if it's a lady. I'm imagining. It's a white Honda. I think it's a lady. Looks like it could be a lady. Driving like it's a lady, that's for sure. There's a blue F-150 up here that's had his blinker on for, I don't know, 8 miles. I've been watching him. He just leaves his blinker on. And it's a dude, I think. Looks like a dude. Could be a dude. Acts like a dude when he's driving. Just with his blinker blinking. Blink, blink, blink. It's an older F-150 and somebody's wearing a straw hat. So I'm thinking it's a dude. Looks like a dude. Anyways, don't start getting over now, fuckhead. The the day is coming to an end here. I'm gonna get my 92 and fire that motherfucker up. I charged up I got a little speaker. I don't know. It's like a Christmas gift or whatever from my company. It's a little JBL Go 3 speaker. Only reason I know that is because that's what you have to do to type in to get the fucking Bluetooth to work or whatever. But it does good. It does a good job. It doesn't have a very long battery life, but I've been using that in my truck. Even though I have a radio that has Bluetooth and everything in it, I could, and all I got to do is plug it in. But I unplugged it and I moved some of the wires away from where they were to where they're supposed to go for the original radio. And now I don't want. It was a pain in the ass, and I don't feel like moving them all back and hooking up that radio again. So I'll just get this fucking Bluetooth speaker and use that. I'm only going to use it for like an hour a day, to and from work. But the battery life does not last very long in that thing, so probably going to have to. I don't know. I guess I could charge it while I drive. That's another good idea. I have a fucking charger, but no, it's not as loud as the original or the truck speakers, but it's loud enough to me, and I get to hear my music when I'm driving around. It's worth it. It's easy to turn on and off. It's not going to drain my battery in my truck either. That's the problem with the radio my brother had put in. He put in. He didn't have somebody put it in. He put it in, which is fine. He did a good job. But for some reason, there's something going on where you turn the truck off and the radio stays on. You can manually turn the radio off, but I'm like, that's a parasitic draw if I've ever seen one. And I don't want that. I don't want to come home after work or come to the shop after work and try to go home and my battery's dead. Or wake up in the morning and my battery's dead. Like, I'm already late enough as it is. So, I'm thinking the Bluetooth speaker is going to be the thing for a while. And one of these days, I'd like to. It's not going to take very long. My problem is my speedometer quit working. So there's a little stepper motor in there that runs the speedometer, and all I got to do is take the dash apart, which is super simple, pull that out, unplug some wires, and then I can take the dash or like the cluster inside, take it apart, and I think replace the fucking thingy. But the problem that I have is, like, I could do that even today, maybe. But what if I can't get the parts? What if I take it apart and something else is broken, or I decide to replace them all, and then I got to wake up for work tomorrow, and I got to drive to work with no cluster? I got to have a cluster. I keep my eye on that fucking temp gauge and the uh, oil pressure. I like to keep my eye on it. I like to always have them. Now, I could get some, probably hook it up to some different shit, but I'd rather just have it. I thought about, I might be able to, like, make a piece of wood and then just order new boat gauges, which it's not ideal, but I could order another set of boat gauges and have my buddy laser cut me out another fucking bezel, and then put all new gauges in there that I'll have a GPS speedometer, and it should be pretty accurate on everything else, and I don't know, that's over $100 worth of gauges right there. And then the fuel gauge, I'd have to tap into I don't know how that would work. I guess it might work, but using the original fuel line, fuel wire. Not not sure. Get on your side of the road, bitch. This lady's bumping into my lane here. Get in your lane. We've had a lot of work done at the shop lately. We got new roofs put on everything. That's been a while back, but we got them on there. Now we got concrete crews coming in. They're pouring new concrete all over the place. They're working on moving our office from this really old little one-story building, and they're going to create a two-story office inside of the shop, which should be okay, I guess. They're going to have big bay windows. They're going to be able to keep their eye on their mechanics, and it'll work out. There's just right now, like all of our shit that we park in there, it's got to be moved out, and it's creating chaos, guys. Okay, you're like, hey, the shit that used to be right here, like roll-off liners. I'm like, where the fuck are the new Where's the new spot for the roll-off liners? Nobody knows. One guy decided to move them without telling anybody where he moved them, and then he acts like he forgot where he moved them when you go asking for them. Like, I need some liners, so you got to go. Somebody help me. And you end up just walking around one of the warehouses just aimlessly looking for it. You better slow down, ho. Toyota. Yeah, you got to yield to me. I'm missing my left lane, so there ain't nothing I can do. Anyways, it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be all right. You know, once the office gets built and everything starts happening with all that, I think it's gonna be pretty fucking cool. And we're one of the only offices or branches that doesn't have a new office, and it's like how like I've seen the St. Louis one. It's nice. They got brand new like granite countertops and fucking water and coffee machines and nice shit, like nice chairs, nice tables, everything matches, everything looks great. And it's like, hold on, where you get all the money to fucking renovate your office like this? Because Kansas City makes all the fucking money. And we don't have a fucking updated office, but now I get they're like, it's our time. But every other office has updated and new shit here and paint and everything, and ours is just like falling apart. Like there's a little electrical cap on the floor that everybody trips on when they walk on the in the main lobby and shit, and it's just like, come on. And other places they use contractors. Not here. We most of the shit we do is by us. You know, we got some slow time and send our guys out there and we're like, hey, put in a new wall here, and we'll get it in there. Is it up to code? I believe so. I think so. And then they're going to demolish the building that we're in now and create more truck parking that's more out front, which I'm a fan of. And we're getting a new fuel island. I was like, can you get a fuel island that's got like a nozzle on both sides? So whenever we pull in there, we only have a few trucks that have dual tanks, but it's a pain it's like, I'd rather stop at the fucking truck stop on the way back to the shop than go here and have to fucking throw the thing over. You only got 30 seconds before the fucking timer shuts off the fuel pump and everything. It's a pain in the dick. But I think it'll be alright with this new one. I don't know. Should be alright. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. Come back the next time. You get a little notification. And I'll talk to you then also. But for today, I think I'm done. Adios. Keep all 18 down. We'll talk to you later.